Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful demon-filled episode of Pretty Fly for Senpai. I'm one of your senpais. I'm also conveniently the Hashira of crying at anime. I'm Time Muffin.
I'm the world-weary Hashira, and I just go to my 9 to 5, killing zombies, demons.
Perfect.
Killing demons, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. If you cut off one head, you cut them all.
It's gonna be that time of year. It's nighttime when you're coming home from work, so they're out.
9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
9
to 5.
Got it.
And I'm Hero 19X. I'm still having a hard time with my breathing, so I didn't become a Hashira yet, but I'm not taking this medicine that they're giving me, though. It tastes like shit.
Yeah. Oh no! But your arms won't grow anymore.
Let's just spend the next 5 minutes on this bit. I'm just so engaged in this hilarious bit. Hero, how about you just fill my ears with your whining, please? I don't want to. It's disgusting and yucky. I'm like 5.
So gross. Tanjiro, save me!
Save me from the yucky medicine!
Zenitsu fucking sucks, okay?
If you couldn't tell by now, that's gonna be the theme of the episode, because Time Muffin mentioned this as we were watching it, and I thought to myself, he's not that bad. Because I remember the first time we see him, he's just kind of like quiet. I think this is like the first time we see him. He's just like, he's quietly like, I'm gonna die. And he's like kind of reserved and just like quietly suffering. But when we meet him again.
Yeah, you see him the first time at natural or not final selection. Goodness, we almost went a different direction. Not natural selection, final selection. And he's just terrified. But he gets his sparrow, which I think is a good joke. But yeah, when you see him the next time, he's like, he is king of the incels. That is basically who Zenitsu is.
Like, and that's what sucks is I sort of wanted to like him, but man, I couldn't get past like his sort of womanizing attitude that just any girl he talks to for 3 seconds, he's gonna ask to marry him.
Wait, when he was just talking to me, that doesn't mean she loves me?
Yeah, he precisely unironically says that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I don't know why. I don't know if they thought his jokes were funnier or if they thought they needed to properly characterize him. At first, I felt like they were trying to lay it on so that he would redeem himself later, but he doesn't do that.
At least not yet.
And it's funny because in the beginning training episodes, I thought to myself, this is awesome. They have given us a main character that is weak but wants to be stronger. And I was like, Tanjiro is awesome to watch train because it's always like he has that moment of weakness where he thinks, I cannot do this. And he makes that step from maybe there's a way, and he ends up surprising himself. Like the boulder arc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was probably one of my favorite training montages I've ever seen in my life.
It's so good.
The way I put it earlier was every episode feels like it could be a finale.
Yeah.
You know, like a season finale or something. Like when I hit my microphone. When he splits the boulder and, you know, the mask falls away and then the ghosts kind of fade away and there's just a split boulder in front of him. I was like, whoa.
Means business. He's super strong. Let's go. I'm ready. No, I agree, though, that it's like super epic. And Shark, you mentioned earlier, like, and then all of a sudden all 3 of them are together. Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tanjiro, and then you can tell it's a filler episode because you get the of like little heads
once you get the
bouncing across the screen. You can tell when you're in a filler arc when that happens.
I think the moment where I just kind of stepped back and thought, what is this? Like was the bit where when Zenitsu is meeting Nezuko and like he's just chasing her around the room, Tanjiro gets the way, he's like gets lovey eyes with Tanjiro too, and now he's chasing all of them around the room.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, what is this? Like, I had just sort of this bemused thought in my head. I was like it's a Benny Hill chase scene. You could just slap Benny Hill over it.
Yeah.
But I thought this isn't entertaining. What is, like, who is this for? It felt like they were afraid they were going to lose my interest if they didn't do something totally wacky for 2 seconds.
They had to show some sort of like them healing, I guess. That's my guess as to that whole, like, because there's 2 recuperation arcs in the whole thing.
Yeah.
One at the House of Wisteria and one at the end after the Mount Natagumo, where there's just like 2 or 3 filler episodes after those where it's just like, okay, we're just training to get better physically and other stuff, I guess.
It made you feel like it wasn't filler at all.
True.
It made you feel like it was meant to be there.
True. I think that the second recuperation arc makes more sense because it's actually them. It feels like there's more training involved and they're actually learning. It would have been nice if I did like, after the little bit of character development we get from Zenitsu is like the little girls come up to him at the end and are like, learn how to respect women.
Damn.
That was so friggin' weird when he was like, what the heck? You get to touch girls all day in your training and you didn't tell me? It's like, come on, girls, come on, small children looking like, I don't know how they looked real young, dude. And he's like, come massage my limbs. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You get to touch their hands and they touch your hands. And when you play tag, you get to touch their bodies.
Their breasts.
God. I don't. Yeah, like, oh my goodness, that was a bit much.
Yeah, I think that would have been a nice time for him to show growth, but
yeah. He reminds me a lot of Moroku from Inuyasha, just like all about like wanting to grow women and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just always felt like he was in the before stage, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When like you think of a character, there's like a before and an after stage, and he is always the before. So I came up with a nickname for him in my head. He is Blonde Weasley. He's like the third wheel character that is just tagging along, and
he is, except he's way more horny than Ron Weasley.
True.
Horny Weasley.
Dude,
Horny Weasley.
Ron was at least not creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once he's knocked out, though, he's pretty pog.
Oh, I agree.
Oh my gosh. Like, the first time was pretty cool. Definitely the second time he got knocked out in the forest. I really liked that.
I did too. I was just like, I didn't know he only knew one move. I was like, hey, what?
Yeah, well, it totally makes sense. He knows the one move, and he knows it so well that he can do it in his sleep, but he only does it in his sleep because he's too scared to do it when he's awake.
And that was crazy to me because it felt like the two clashing things in this anime actually meshing. It felt like the one time that Zenitsu meshed with that initial epic feeling of the series of overcoming and master, I can only do one move. Well, then do it to the best of your ability. Master it. Make that your move. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm so into this guy right now.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up.
And then he wakes up.
I do like that when he was like dying of poison or whatever, he's like, all right, you gotta do my breathing technique or I'm gonna die. Master is in my head telling me not to die. So like that was pretty pog, but yeah, that's the only time he's like awake that he's not intolerable.
Yeah.
Besides, I guess when he's protecting Nezuko's box from Inosuke. I thought that was really like, kind of like how you guys are saying, where it's just he's all about like the like women and stuff. But when we got to the part where he was protecting the box, I was like, man, he's a homie. He knows. He doesn't even know what's in the box. And the fact that he like knew that it was a demon in the box, because there seems to be a trend with all of them have like some sense that is like,
I really liked that angle too.
I do too. Like Tanjiro is smell and Zenitsu is hearing, and
that was super cool. I actually, when they had that first moment where they get to the mansion and Tanjiro is like, "There's an odd smell." And Zenitsu says, well, I don't smell anything, but do you hear that? No, I don't hear that. So, like, they were kind of filling in each other on what was going on. And that was real cool. And I wish they explored that further. You know, they didn't explore it nearly as far as they did the smell that Tanjiro has. You know, Zenitsu's hearing.
You can smell when people are angry.
Yeah, you know, Inosuke's, I guess, bestial instinct. I feel like maybe they were going for like instinct or something with sort of his heightened sense.
I think so, because he does have the built-in radar.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That was neat too. Yeah. I mean, they didn't really explain why.
Maybe just perception.
Just feel. Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, like they all have their extrasensory powers that they have to use to do the other, because you know Zenitsu's asleep and he even mentions like, I could remember conversations that people had while I was sleeping, and people were really weirded out by it, which makes sense. As he's like, oh, he's still hearing things while he's sleeping, which is how he knows where to do the lightning.
Oh my god, it all makes sense.
Let's talk about Inosuke. Now that we're on, now that I think we've gotten the Zenitsu hate out of the way, we talked for 15 minutes about Zenitsu.
Inosuke was a lot of fun, I thought. They laid it on a little bit thick the first time that we meet him, and he's just kind of wanting to fight anything that moves, pretty much.
Yeah, he's very, very strong-willed, hard-headed, and stubborn.
Yep.
He's not nearly as persistently over the top like Zenitsu is, though.
Yeah, I think that's he knows when he's been beaten and stuff to an extent.
Right.
And he knows when to kind of reel it in, or he has the ability to reel it in, rather.
I think that's the missing element is that Inosuke definitely shows some growth.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like the first time they meet, he really wants to be, solo, do everything for himself, be stronger than everybody else. And he learns to take the help, when he's running away from the spider monster in the forest, and Tanjiro downs a tree for him.
Yeah,
he
freaking
he starts. Yeah, yeah, like he does kind of He's a little bit like, you're showing off, but also he's not indignantly like, and now fight me because you've shown me up. He gets the little bubbles.
I love his little kawaii moments.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's similar to like Kana from Kobayashi's, where every time there's praise or someone's like just being nice to Inosuke, he's
The great thing is like his mask isn't moving. It's just like the little bubbles pop up and like the blushes go over the boar's face.
So good. Inosuke's the pretty
too.
Yeah, we were just gonna say the same thing. Inosuke's the prettiest boy. Yes.
Yeah.
God. And he's flexible. Sweet Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
That reveal where he shows his face and Tanjiro's like, I won't fight you anymore. What? Fight me? Nope, won't do it. I'm sorry, I've decided I don't feel like fighting now.
Yeah, no, I think that also his growth shows in the rehabilitation arc at the end when he's laying in bed and he's like, I'm sorry that I was too weak to help. I'm sorry, like apologizing to Tanjiro for being weak. And it's like, dang, old Inosuke, when we first met him, wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. No, he would be all full of himself. And it's kind of like how you're saying that he's understanding that he wasn't strong enough. And then I appreciate that he actually did get the motivation to train. And then now he's big buff boy again.
Hell yeah. There's
Yeah.
Inosuke is the best boy.
Inosuke is real good. I wasn't expecting to. I went through this cycle of, okay, Inosuke's been all over the place. I think I'm supposed to really like him.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first time I met him, I thought, he's okay. And as it went on, he really, really grew on me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Inosuke is my waifu from Demon Slayer.
True.
But I wanted to take a moment about his swords. So, all right. Do you guys know anything at all about those notches in his sword?
No.
Nothing other than he used rocks and made the one guy real mad about
Yeah,
it.
he was pissed.
Furious.
So, all right. Those notches are what would go on a sword breaker. And so essentially what you do with a sword breaker is when you're fighting someone with a sword, you're trying to catch it in those notches and wrench it away.
Okay.
And then you use your second sword breaker because now your first one is not useful and kill them with your other sword.
That's okay. Got it.
And Inosuke did not once even come close to using it for that.
Well, you'd think he would, knowing what it's used for now, why wouldn't he just use it on like the demon puppet that had the blades for arms? That seems like a good use for the sword breaker swords.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it feels like one of those things where like they put it in there because it would look cool, but
yeah,
like,
it does look pretty cool though.
I am by no means like a medieval weaponry buff. This was like something I saw in a YouTube clip once, and I saw it in the anime, and the two electrons rubbed together, and I thought, wait, this is unwatchable.
The neurons fired and went,
Yeah.
turn it, declined. I refuse.
And he wears a boar head? Unrealistic.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Sorry, I want to talk about things from the movie because we'll talk about that next episode. It's so good. The movie is so good. Anyway,
As like a quick sidebar, I kind of wish all of the characters had masks. I was kind of getting into the idea that it felt like everybody in the Demon Slayer Corps had their own mask, and they all were sort of that bad spirit warding.
yeah, especially
mask.
early on because that's kind of Uro Kodaki's thing is that he wears the the long nose mask and he gives all his disciples masks.
yeah.
And then after that arc, like
It was
Tanjiro
it.
just doesn't have that mask anymore. I can't remember if it breaks or not, but
Yeah, it breaks on a tree.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, like in the final selection,
Makes sense.
the giant gorged up zombie.
Mm.
But yeah, he was like wearing that on the side of his head, which you do to confuse the demon and make it think that's where your face is,
Mhm.
which is also a thing they do with tigers, I think, or lions.
It beats me. Sounds right.
Sounds good.
So, yeah, they wear a mask behind them so that the animal that it's for like ambush predators, so they never think that they're actually going to ambush you.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm having a lot of tangential thoughts today.
That's okay. Tangents are fine. I said before we started, I'm feeling wild and crazy, and I'm glad that it rubbed off. Since we're kind of start talking a little bit more about demons, which one was your favorite demon-like design?
I really gotta go with the one that was playing the drums all over his body. Kyogai, the drum demon.
Hell yeah. No, he had some cool. He had some really nice. I mean, that demon also had some cool character development in him. Like, you in like 5 minutes they tell his whole story, and it makes you feel for him. You know.
I think what I really liked most about this anime was the general sort of tragic relatability of the demons. Just about all of them weren't evil out of total. There were a few that were just, you know, evil mustache twirling caricatures, sure, but a lot of them were sort of feeding into that sort of Japanese mythology of a lot of Japanese ghost stories are about sort of people who haven't finished their business, or they are still feeling pain from when they were alive, and the demons really felt like that to me. When they were dying, they were just thinking about, how did it come to this? Why did I become this horrible demon? And
they're kind of showing their regrets almost. Like,
yeah. That was so good.
I hated, like, you know, we go into the episode and you're like, man, this demon, he's bad boy demon. We're not supposed to like demons. And then once the demon dies, we get the background story of the demon. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Oh God, I cried so much. I couldn't believe it. I was on an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would have given us that story maybe halfway through. I'd be interested if somebody sort of rearranged the order of things and maybe showed that tragic backstory closer to the beginning of the arc, and see if it maybe would kind of change the feel of it.
Yeah.
Instead of it felt like there was a formula of, this demon is awful, hate everything about them, demon's so strong, figured out a trick, kill demon, now we're gonna be sad for 5 minutes.
I think
after the fact.
I think maybe if they did that, maybe it would, because it feels like a part of the whole process is also Tanjiro, you know, forgives them, which then they, like, as soon as he touches them and forgives them, then they like get their best afterlife kind of a thing. Like, what was it with Drum Boy? He goes back to a time with his brother or something. I can't remember what his specific thing was. But with Rui, you know, Rui is like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be going to hell, and my parents, I'm never going to see them again. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. And then Tanjiro touches his hand, and he's like, that his parents show up, and they're like, we will always love you, Rui, no matter what. And it's like, oh.
And they're like, don't worry, we'll go to hell with you.
Yeah.
I was so inspired. I just felt, they're all going to go to hell together.
Well, Rui gets what he wants. He wants to be with his family.
I feel demonically inspired.
Demonically inspired, exactly.
That was just so funny to me, though. He's like, I'm going to hell. And then his parents are like, we'll go to hell with you, son.
I love it.
We're a family. We do everything together.
I love it. Yeah, no, and I think, like, another one of those is my favorite demon design, which is Susamaru, which was the Tamari, the demon with the balls.
I was going to say that, Ty Buffett. Like, I like the four.
Maybe that says more about me than it does about... When she went, and busted out like 6 beefed up arms.
I was like,
I'm here. I'm here for this.
Oh my gosh.
Step on me.
Play dodgeball with me, please.
Please.
Here? Now? On Maine? Really, guys?
Sorry. But she was like, all she wanted to do was play. Like, that's what she was like, just play with me for a little more. Like, as she said, it, you know, Muzan's name, or Kubutsuji, his name, and that's what Her death was the most brutal, I think.
Out of every
the
single one,
demons.
yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Like the growing a giant arm out of your mouth that crushes your head. That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But like, she was just like a kid that was like, I just want to play. Let's just play more. Play with me.
The demon that she was with, Yaiba,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
with the arrows and the eyes, I wish he got as much characterization, because
I agree.
He had his little thing about dirt and not liking dirt. I was kind of hoping that'd be how they would beat him. I was hoping that they'd come to the conclusion, I can't beat him through force. I'll have to kick up a dust cloud and distract him or something.
Here's mud in your eye, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything with it, so it kind of felt like, why did they even bring it up? I don't know.
Yeah. It would have been nice. I think he's the one that got the least character development.
Yeah.
At least of the demons that we see get murdered. At least the ones that don't get murdered by Kabutsuji at the end. Which, that guy is definitely the mustache twirling villain that is just murdering people to murder people. Like, holy crap.
Like, what, I've decided to dissolve the lower ranks or something like that.
Yeah. That, and then like the three people he runs into in the alley that like
Oh my gosh.
yeah. He punches one dude into the wall. Like anime style. The whole, that lady didn't deserve what she got.
No, she was just there.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
Like, just get liquefied, I guess. This is your payment for associating with such lowly creatures.
They went hard on the civilian casualties.
Yeah.
Yo.
They did.
They didn't pull punches.
No, they really didn't. Like, when I think my like the most shocking gore moment for me was Rui, when you first kind of meet Rui and the other demon slayer dude rolls up and he's like, aha, this demon's just a kid, I'm gonna murder him. And then Rui just goes whoof, and it just cut slides his ass.
That moment was hilarious for me, because he's like, I've got my easy ticket up the ladder. Look at this kid. I've been looking at, retirement plans, actually. What are your thoughts on like a Roth IRA versus a 401k? I think I'm going to maybe settle down in the suburbs, have a family and a wife.
Gonna move my assets from stocks to bonds.
I got my whole life ahead of me, Maybe I got a good 40 more years in me, Like, I got time.
Yeah. he just gets ganked, and then it's just like a bag of like peach slices flopping to the ground.
Oh, that was just so funny to me that he just like shows up and you know what's happening. I think just the expectation.
Yeah.
I was like, my smile got bigger and bigger as he talked, because I was like, this guy is gonna die
dead
immediately.
In the sub, I didn't even think, like, in the sub, I didn't pay attention that he had a name, but it just said Demon Slayer. I go, oh no, if he doesn't even have a name, he's dead. He's dead.
Oh no. Yeah, you knew Murata was gonna live because he was given a name.
Yep. He was given a name.
Hello, I'm Demon Slayer number 3. I have great aspirations in life.
I'm Girl Demon Slayer 2. I am a puppet.
I felt so bad for that.
That was brutal.
That was gonna. I actually thought that was gonna be what you were gonna say about like the most brutal moment was when she gets frustrated and just says these dolls are useless and just snaps their necks. I hit the pause button and took a walk. Like,
yeah.
I had like a reaction to that. I was like, whoa. And like the frame was paused on Nosuke saying, damn it, now they're all dead.
So Tanjiro tried so hard to make sure they all didn't die and didn't feel pain, and then they just died anyways. I felt bad.
Yeah, like there were a few times when like it kind of was a bit torturous too.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't just gory, they were like they're breaking their limbs to make them swing the sword harder.
That particular scene, that whole fight was savage.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what makes it such a stark contrast when they have like this super dark, serious stuff, and then they have the little chibi crying. Yeah, like it's like tonally, it's all over the place. Like I was most interested when we were doing these fantastic, epic adventure arcs, and as another thing, they got together as a group and immediately split up, and I don't understand the reasoning of that from a storytelling perspective. Like, that was their first outing together when they went to the forest, and immediately one of them specifically is gone. Well, Tanjiro and Inosuke are bonding.
Yep.
So like it just feels even further like Zenitsu is just there, you know?
Yeah, and
Zenitsu feels like what's the squirrel from Ice Age? Like
he's
Scrat. Yeah. He's like Scrat, just running around looking for acorns, like,
yeah. The thing that gets me about him is like, and the only reason he goes in is because he goes, Tanjiro's brought my love into the forest. I need to protect her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he says like before he realizes that Tanjiro brought Nezuko with him, that he's like, if they would have just said it'll be okay, Zenitsu, I would have just gone along. And
so mean.
He's like, why didn't they do that? That's what a real friend would have done. It's like, dude, you are expecting things to happen. You are expecting other people to act the way you want them to act, that people just aren't going to do when they are sick of your shit, bro.
I like the first, I swear they had like 3 cutaways of him just walking around the forest like, Nezuko, and every time I would just groan like, this wasn't funny the first time, it wasn't funny the second time, it's not looking good for the third time. I just don't know. I don't know why they were bringing it. It feels like the show itself, like the people who made the show thought it was funny. It really was not funny.
I'm wondering if they didn't throw some of that stuff in there just as like a breather, like, because you said like the collateral damage cost of like, oh, you watch 3 people like that Tanjiro and Inosuke worked so hard to save just get murked.
Should I feel bad that my first thought of you hearing you say that was, I want to go back to the neck snaps.
Let's talk.
I was less stressed watching people get their necks snapped than Zenitsu walking through the forest.
Oh my god.
Oh no. You know,
that was my breather.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Zenitsu is he's so amped all the time that I am amped the entire time that he's on
It's
screen.
like that little kid said, he makes me anxious.
I really wanted him to be good, because it's just like he made me feel like he was like an underdog type of deal, and like I always feel for the underdogs, and man, it's just he's so obnoxious.
I hope that this is like the Pro ZD like characters that when they get better, the like, oh, this guy's gonna get better, I promise. I'm peeing and pooping my pants. I'm so scared. There's pee and poop everywhere. Like, just wait till episode 50. Just wait till episode 50 and he'll be fine.
Oh like, no, now I'm peeing and pooping at the same time.
Yeah. I'm so scared. Yeah. Like,
hold me.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that Zenitsu is like, that's best case scenario for Zenitsu, because he sucks so bad. We're back on Zenitsu, shitting on Zenitsu again.
Yeah, like they have to, there's no way they don't know. He was like on his knees in front of like an 8-year-old, like, be brave for me. And the kid's like, why am I the one that you're begging to be brave? You've got a sword.
Yeah. To be fair, he did fall asleep, and then he
Right.
woke up and the demon was dead. So
Yeah.
I wonder how many times that's happened to him, where he's about to be attacked by a demon and he passes out, and then the demon is just dead, and he hasn't put two and two together yet.
You ever think like he has a high stress situation where he's like, oh, my rent's gonna be late. My landlord's always riding my butt.
Oh no!
He goes to sleep, wakes up the next day, the landlord's gone missing, and he's like, oh, that's convenient, I guess.
Landlord hasn't bugged me about
like-
my late rent yet.
he's like a werewolf, but like a sleeping ninja. I don't know.
Oh no! Oh man!
You know, I think it's worth talking a little bit about the characterization of Nezuko in general.
100%. I agree.
And you know what? I think the first thing I'll talk about is that I wish the first episode was 2 episodes, because I felt absolutely nothing about Tanjiro's family.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
goodness knows they had spare time that they could have spent there instead of all the other stupid garbage that they put in the later episodes.
Mhm.
They absolutely had an episode to spare for more backstory.
We'll get there.
because- I guess, but yeah, no,
You're right, though. I agree. They could have done
You're
one
right.
less episode at the end, or one less episode when they're in between the house arc and the Mount Natagumo arc, where they could have just done more earlier.
Yeah, but we don't know the old Nezuko at all, and they definitely kind of treat her like a puppy in a weird sort of way, and I don't know, that is a little odd.
I didn't think about it that way, but you're 100% right. She falls into the everything is a dog trope. Like-
She is absolutely the dog.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like
She's so adorable, though.
She is.
there were lots of times that I think it was fun that she kind of broke the levity of when they were talking about something very serious, she'd be like rolling back and forth on the floor, in the
Kicking her legs
background.
in the air, just like yeah. When they're talking with Tamayo about their history, or like who Muzan Kubutsuji is she's just laying on the floor, wiggling her feet in the air, just like yeah.
Yeah. Like that was fun. Like I liked her childlike nature a lot. It
Mhm.
kind of felt like she was rediscovering the world. Like all of her previous memories were just either blocked or sapped or whatever. And yeah, like it sort of felt like watching E.T. or something, where you're like, what is this? You know?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I do like that. I don't know, the moments. 'Cause most of her moments were very everything is a dog, where she would just listen to what Tanjiro said and would do it. Like I do like in episode like 20, like most, like she gets, she's adorable and cutesy and she's normal size, and then she shrinks to be real tiny.
Yeah.
And Kocho's like, what the fuck? She got tiny. What the hell?
I loved her chibi moments.
The chibi moments are good.
Like I think it was like, I don't remember which episode, but it was in the 20s when one of the Hashiramas like cut his arm to get her to drool, to try to take a bite of him, and she just kind of withstood it, and she just got in the box just hissing.
It's so
like
good.
a dog.
It's
That
so
was a
good.
very good scene.
I think we do get a little bit of, at least when she is suspended in episode 19, and when she does her blood demon art stuff, and her mom is like, wake up, Tanjiro needs you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I was just like, bro.
let's talk about episode 19. I want to talk about episode 19.
All right.
I want to talk about the Hinokiri Kagura and the water dragon that turned into a fire dragon.
I was really confused for a hot second. I was just like, wait, now you can do fire? I was like, wait a second. Water and fire. I don't think they mix. I'm really confused.
It's so good.
It's really weird. It's really weird how he just kind of internally knew that.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
It's weird. Very strange that he was, yeah. His father just happened to teach him a breathing style that.
Yeah.
It's almost worth going and leaving a Twitter comment about.
Oh, no.
You know,
Oh, no.
I'm still right. Okay, flame and fire breathing are two different things. Tanjiro did train more than I remembered, but I do like that in that episode, the episode before, Kocho sees Zenitsu and is like, your life is flashing before your eyes. You know, some people say that when your life flashes before your eyes, it's your brain trying to find something in your past to help you live. And that's exactly what happened with Tanjiro.
That's true.
He's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. He literally says, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
And then you get like the like insect eye view of his past, of all of his past memories, and then that's the memory that pops up as the Kagura dance. And he's like, oh shit, maybe if I breathe like that,
I'll be good.
and family is the true strength. You see,
Nothing stronger than family.
Dom appears. Dom has entered the server.
I did like the that sprawling, like you said, insect eye kind of web of memories. That was a really cool
That was really
effect.
cool.
They had some really cool use of CG in this anime. I think it was a little obvious when they did use it, which I think kind of detracted from it some. Like, it was real clear when, like, in the mansion, when he's tumbling on the walls, it's like, okay, this is very clearly like a 3D model, while Tanjiro is not.
I noticed on rewatch there were a lot more 3D models of the actual characters in a lot of scenes, actually. Like, a surprising amount of scenes where just the characters were 3D models. Like, whenever they're off in the distance and they're walking or something, like, they're almost always 3D models. Which was, I thought, I didn't notice it at all the first time I watched it, and on rewatch, I was like, oh, damn, that's 3D. Damn, that's 3D. Maybe it's because I've seen so much bad 3D lately that I'm spotting the hallmarks of it more, but it's done really well.
I wonder if that's part of why I had this sort of nagging feeling that the animation style kept changing. Like, there were definitely moments where the scene would switch, and I think to myself, the style is different, but the feeling of the scene doesn't reflect that it needs to be. You know, like, you have your chibi moments for, you know, the goofy, silly stuff. There was no reason for the style to change, and that just gave me such a nagging feeling. I wonder if that's why.
Yeah, I could see that. I loved the dragon stuff. I like his development as a swordsman.
Yeah. I felt like we got to see him, like, grow. And in some animes where like DBZ, where, like, you know, Goku just gets stronger.
Yeah. he just
we
does.
get to see Tanjiro get stronger.
He has the power of God and anime on his side, and he's ready to go. He's always going to beat whoever is up against him, or he'll die, and then he'll come back and he'll be better.
Yeah.
But, like, you actually got to see Tanjiro struggle.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even before he, you know, cuts off Rui's head, air quotes, you can see him even thinking, and this is a time when they really did the whole internal monologue thing a lot in this anime.
Yeah.
But that was the one time when it made, like, a lot of sense, because you can see it's like slow motion, and he's running towards Rui, and he's like, yo, if I change back to water breathing, I'm gonna die, because my body won't be able to handle it for whatever reason. But
yeah, that was a bit of an exposition burst. Like,
yeah.
Somehow I know how to do this skill, and somehow I also know that switching skills takes all this energy, and if I switch back, I'll faint. And I already know all of this immediately.
He figured it out.
Figure it out.
He knows the way his body feels. You know, it's kinesthetic. It's a kinesthetic quotient. You know, there's IQ, EQ, and KQ. You know, sorry, but no, I just. It was nice that, you know, the whole theme of the episode is like Rui he has a family that's entirely built on control, and if you don't do what the head of the household says, you're going to be punished brutally. And then the family, like Tanjiro learning or remembering the breathing technique from his father, and Nezuko learning how to use her blood art through with the encouragement of Ghost Mom, their powers combine to defeat Rui, which, you know, it gets taken back the next episode, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
That's part. I think that it's kind of a bummer that they kind of undo that.
They could just let him have it.
The Spider Demon family, I'm looking them up online, and apparently they don't even have names.
A lot of them don't, because they're like father, mother, brother, like that stuff, right?
Yeah, they're just credited like father, mother, son, daughter. And
they have names on the one I'm looking at.
Oh?
Bop, 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 bop. There you go.
What are you talking about?
Oh, you're right.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shark. I literally scrolled up just a hot second. I realized I was on the lower ranks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
All right. Let me read what it says here. Spider Demon parentheses father. Spider Demon parentheses mother.
Damn it.
Spider Demon parentheses son.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here we go. This one says Spider Demon parentheses daughter.
Okay.
Oh damn.
No, wait, never mind.
Damn it.
Okay.
I got my face. Frig. I was like,
Frig.
I got something that Shark doesn't got. Here you go. Damn it.
I did like that I don't know, when like when the mother the puppet master demon was defeated, she's like, oh no, I can't go back to Rui and say that I failed. Like, she welcomes death, and Tanjiro's like, bro, like, I guess I will give her a calming, warming feeling or whatever. I don't know how changing your technique would do that, but the fact that
I was absolutely about to bring that up.
Oh, okay.
That was my next scene. That was why I was looking up the names.
Oh, I gotcha.
But keep going.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I think it's interesting that like, yeah, it plays back into the abuse. You know, a strong family bond greater than abuse as a measure of control over a family. Like, a family is the people who support and are there for you, not people who are there because they are forced to be there, you know, out of some misguided loyalty.
Yeah, no, just that was probably one of my favorite moments in the anime as well, was that slow motion where the mother is thinking to herself, wait, I can just die and that'll be easier. And like, it just
hits.
It's again, my favorite thing about this anime is just how sympathetic so many of the bad guys are. They're all just like, I think more than anything, the family was fighting them off to not get Rui angry.
100%, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The father was just like, stay away from my family. And I think more than anything, he was meaning, like, you know, please just get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we already have a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
And speaking of the father, though, I'm remembering a part where either Nosuke or Tanjiro was fighting him, and like he, I can't remember, like he misses or something, and then the other one comes out of nowhere, and he looks up with his mouth wide open. And I just thought this looks like a meme waiting to, like, he just looks surprised, like, with his mouth just
Shocked spider
just like
face.
this blank, yeah, there's this blank sort of look in his eyes.
It's real good. Yeah, oh, that whole arc is just so brutal in so many different ways. I loved it all. That whole arc, and then it got into goofy shit again.
Yeah,
with the rehabilitation, but
I'm just confused. How did out of all the family members, the father is the only one that has like legit like a spider face.
maybe he was the first one that Rui turned, and he didn't know how to what kind of which white blood cells and which lymphocytes to give him.
True.
But like, so their faces, I didn't understand entirely what went on, because we were shown that flashback where the daughter drinks something and they like peel her face off or something, but later on she's able to bring her old face back, and that was why Rui was angry with her.
I don't know.
I think it was a mix of just water and his blood.
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember the face ripping off, but I think that they can
it
just...
made no sense.
Yeah, I think it's just more of a thing where if they're scared or like they're feeling amped up, it's a thing where maybe they revert back to their old form, their old look, or their old hair. Because I think that happened with the daughter at one point too, before Nezuko saved Tanjiro there, and he's like cut her into multiple pieces and she ran away holding her head. I think that her face changes. I don't understand why, like the metaphysics behind that I'm not quite clear on, but
there were a few things that you just had to accept.
There are a few things that you just had to go like,
just because
it's demons, I guess.
It's well,
It's
that's
just
demons.
Yeah.
Demons.
Those demons.
Oh, silly demons.
Knock, knock. Yes, hello. We are 3 demon slayers. We're here to check your house closets for demons.
And we're also here to check and make sure that you are sharing our podcast. We're sharing our exploits with your friends and family. Reviewing our I hope you review our visit today on sorry, I'm looking at Hero and I'm dying.
It's just like I'm picturing you just holding up a clipboard. All right, yes, I'm just making sure that you like, comment, and subscribe on not only on our YouTube, but also shared our podcast on Spotify and everywhere else that you get your little podcast episodes.
Goofs and gaffs aside, it is absolutely one of the most effective ways that you can help us out with the podcast growing. We are all working so hard. I love working with you guys. It is such a treat, and it's a passion project that we care so much about, and we go so hard every episode. I hope it comes through, that you guys can tell, and we are just wanting to give it our all, give it the good old college try, and if you will help us out with that, share, review, just talk about it with people, it means the world. Absolutely.
If you know someone who likes anime, just point them towards our podcast. I mean, I know all kinds of friends of mine who love anime, and they listen to the podcast and they enjoy it.
We have friends that don't like anime and listen to it.
True.
Maybe you just have friends that like hearing people talk.
Our dulcet tones will lull the demons to their deaths and you to sleep.
Oh, hey, guys. There's a demon in this one.
Oh, jeez.
Let me cover him.
With a blanket? You make him a sweep? This... Put him in a box?
I'll cover him with this pretty fly for a senpai blanket.
Oh, my gosh.
That I got over at www.prettyflyforasenpai.com.
I was gonna cut its head off, but the pretty fly for a senpai blanket is perfect.
Yeah, it looks so comfortable.
It's so high quality print. It stays on after many washes.
What is it made of? Do you know what
It's made of mostly cotton.
Wow. It's made of
I don't know. I didn't make it.
Souls and demons we slain.
But you
It's mostly made of cotton. It's somewhere in there.
cotton in there? Probably.
I say it every time I listen to the episodes. I posted in the Discord that these mid-rolls, I roll laughing every single time I listen to them. I literally cry laughing the last like 4 that we've done. And
The mid-roll is the Wild West of every podcast.
It really is.
It is a lawless place.
It really is. It's we've finished recording and now we're just letting it all hang out. Because it's just, I don't know. I just like hanging out with you guys and talking to you about anime and other things. I enjoy working with you and all the hard work you guys put into it. So,
And Hiro, tell us about how you watch the anime in the Discord sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Listeners, do you like watching anime with your favorite senpais? I mean, you probably don't because you haven't watched any with us yet. If you join in the Discord, we do watch parties of the animes that we're going to be talking about. Isn't it cool? It's cool. I like it. We're going to be watching the Demon Slayer movie in the Discord, so you should come on by.
That is so cool.
it's super cool.
That's really cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. We scrubbed your house down. Looking pretty clean now.
You got a demon in the corner and that pretty fly for a senpai blanket.
Yeah.
We tied him up. He's on a stick. We're going to walk with him. We're going to take him on our journey with us.
We're gonna drop him off at the local demonery, and
We're gonna hypnotize him to make him think that humans is friends.
And set him free.
And then set him free.
humans is people too. Well, I'm just gonna close the door behind me, and we're leaving now.
We'll send you the bill. Bye.
We'll send you the bill.
I loved how they in the anime, just in general, anytime like water or the thunder or anything that comes up that shows their abilities, it just looked beautiful to me. I don't know, I almost teared up by the way the anime looked at those certain points where they're actually doing their moves. It looked really good.
It's super good. I agree.
The action was absolutely the highlight of the anime, because when he would get into sort of naming off all his different forms and the bit with the thread of opportunity, that was so cool to me. Like,
It's real good.
I didn't entirely understand it, but it was cool.
Yeah. He can smell it. He smells it.
He smells the thread, and that means he can see it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the
Real quick, does that mean that everybody has like a secret thread around their neck that he can smell? Like, he's just talking to someone. You never think he has like this intrusive thought, like, I can smell this person's death. Like, if I just pulled out my katana, here's the thread. I have to swing it this way. I know precisely how to kill this person.
Maybe there has to be intent.
Yeah.
It sounds like sensory overload.
Yeah. That is one of the things I think about with like those heightened senses things. If you can hear everything, wouldn't that kind of drive you nuts?
Mhm.
I would think so.
I do like that, like with the arrow demon, I can't remember his name, but when he gets Tanjiro's like, oh, I sense the closing thread or the thread of opportunity. It breaks when the demon slides his feet further away from him. It's like, oh yes. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of a cool just visual.
Yeah, I had kind of gotten the idea that once that thread was there, like that meant if he swung his sword that way, he absolutely was going to kill the demon.
Mm-hmm.
So it was cool that the demon's name was Yaiba.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cool that it almost kind of felt like he was breaking physics themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
For sure.
And just how simple the arrows were. They were just big red arrows going through the air. Like it really felt like he was like using cheat codes or something to just like.
I think it's cool that it felt like the arrow and you know Yaiba and the ball demon were they didn't even meet until they were put on that mission together. Which seems weird when you consider that both their powers together seem real strong. Like,
right?
You would think. I mean, they took off that the little boy demon's head real fast,
real quick.
Right? They had like just teamed up.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they're
like, man, okay, sure. I mean, you guys should have been working together for a lot longer because you could have done a lot more cool stuff. But
yeah, just sheesh. Like, imagine them just strolling into a town. And just like rapid fire setting out a dozen balls and just like flattening the whole place.
Yeah.
Just because they felt like it, because they absolutely could.
Not outside the realm of possibility. Yeah?
I find it hard to believe that demons are a mythical thing to some people in this world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
They say a few times like the Demon Slayer core is a secret. And if you tell people about demons, they're going to be super confused. Also, girls are going missing from towns.
Right?
And if somebody travels in the nighttime, like, don't people wonder, hey, why don't we travel at night?
Yeah.
Is there any reason for that? Oh, you know, because of it's extra dangerous. Why? What is causing it to be extra dangerous? Why can't we travel at night? Yeah, like, how are there people that don't even know demons exist in this world where like they're these everywhere. Demons are so crazy powerful, yeah, and they're actively, you know, killing your children or your neighbors, whatever. And you're just like, I mean, sometimes you just get your face chewed off in your own home.
And then you got Demon Michael Jackson just strolling through town, just like scratching people with his fingernails, and dude's going feral in the middle of the road. It's like,
definitely looks like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, nobody understood what was going on.
Yeah. Kabutsuji's got some nice fit though in this. The Michael Jackson look was tight.
It was really tight.
He made a very pretty lady at the end.
I was really confused. I was really confused.
I wish there was more of him, really. The part where they were just right next to each other in a crowded street was so tense.
It was so tense.
So good.
I loved it. And I kind of was thinking in my head, like, are they going to fight here? Is he going to attempt to kill this guy? Because if he does, he's going to look like a random criminal cutting people's heads off.
Exactly, right?
I just felt Tanjiro's like frustration where it's just like, I don't want to leave this demon to these normal people because, you know, they don't know what demons are. But they're just like, I got to avenge my family.
Yeah. The screaming, the big monologue that he gives to Kabutsuji is so fucking good. I love it.
You know, actually, we haven't talked too much about Tamayo and Yushiro.
Yeah. Yushiro's real creepy. I get real. He's got some mommy issues. Okay, he's got to figure those out.
He definitely felt like a He definitely felt like a toned down Zenitsu. I think if Zenitsu were a little bit more like him, I still wouldn't like him, but I think he would have been a bit more tolerable because he wasn't.
He's like a Zenitsu that has an owner, essentially. He is the everything is a dog, except he's like, I will protect my owner. And then Tamio goes, hey, Yoshiro, stop being a jerk. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean it.
Throws Tanjiro. You said I couldn't hit him, but I can throw him.
Yeah.
You were not allowed to do that either. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We were just playing. His head growing back after his head got ripped off was pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wiggly. That shot. That shot of the ball just smashing into his face, and I think like they kind of faded his body to black or like a red background or something.
Yeah.
And I can very clearly bring that back to mind because it was just like crunch.
So good.
It was such an effective moment.
So good.
He does sort of still fall into that category of, it feels like everybody that they run into is a caricature. Like Tamio is balanced. Tamio out of anybody just feels like a regular person, but Yushiro is there and he's really weird. Wait,
it's just really weird.
Why can't they just meet human beings? Like, well, I mean, they're demons, but still.
Yeah. I mean, they have been humans. I think that he says, like, Tanjiro says something to that effect when Giyu Tomioka's on the standing on Rui's clothes after he's disintegrated. He's like, these were real people at one point, just as human as you or me. Just because they were in this situation doesn't mean that they're terrible or awful. It just they had a rough lot. Just like, I will not spare them, you know. I'm not gonna not feel bad for them just because they got turned into a demon, because they're all human and deep inside. Except for what? Except for Kumitsuji, fuck that guy.
I wonder if it would be a somewhat common thing if everybody knew about the demons, to give people the option to turn into a demon if they knew that they were going to die, like Yushiro did. I sort of wonder if people caught wind that would even be a thing.
Wait, you mean immortality is an option?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Cause a lot of problems, though.
I did like that the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps, Kaguya Ubuyashiki. I don't think they say his name.
What?
That's his name. That's the name of the guy with no eyes. But when Tanjiro is he runs back to the Hashira and is like, let me headbutt that man. Let me headbutt him.
As many times he stabbed my sister.
Yeah, and then as he's being carried away, the guy says, say hello to Tamio for me.
Damn.
So good.
It was such a dumb thing that his superpower was like a strong forehead. I don't know, that was just so dumb to me that was his trump card, you know, like when Inosuke won't let up, he just rears his head back.
The forehead
butts him as hard as he can.
The forehead is his trump card. It is how to solve problems. I
mean, that's every like anime protagonist like go-to is always just headbutt.
Bones are a weird thing in this anime. All right, I take a little bit of issue that bones are just weird things. They're like the mansion arc. Tanjiro has broken ribs and a broken leg.
Mm-hmm.
He's acting like he's acting like he's in some pain, but he is not acting like he has broken bones. I don't know. I've had a broken leg, and when you try to stand on it, your body won't, because it knows like you put weight on this thing, you're gonna just make it worse. You're gonna the bones are gonna start popping out. It's a bad time.
He's using his breathing techniques.
He was doing like combat rolls. You know, like he was getting thrown around the room, and I couldn't abide by that. And then later on, they're all like, "Oh, we all had like 3 to 5 ribs broken, and we didn't even realize." I don't know. At
least Inosuke's and Zenitsu's hell happened at the end.
Yeah.
Like after they get out of the mansion instead of Tanjiro, who got his ribs broken way earlier. But yeah, no, I agree. I think bones are just a construct, okay? They're just a social construct. Just use a breathing technique and they'll heal. Don't worry about it.
Done.
I was interested to know what Tanjiro's plan was after he had beaten Yaiba, the arrow demon.
When he's crawling
my ribs
back.
Are broken.
Yeah,
my ribs are broken. My leg is broken. I'm gonna go take out the other demon now.
He literally just puts a sword in his mouth. He's like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah. I'll beat you with my mouth. Come at me.
Real good. Good stuff. Good stuff. What is the total left hand? We're taking a hard left. Who's your favorite Hashira?
Wait, let me.
Who's your favorite aesthetic or personality-wise Hashira? There was. We'll list them. We'll list them out. Let's go through the list of the Hashira. There's the water. There's Tomioka, the guy who doesn't have friends.
That's his characteristic. The guy who doesn't have friends.
Well, that's what Kocho says. Is that nobody likes you. The Love Hashira, Mitsuri Kanroji, Serpent Hashira, Obanai Iguro, Wind Hashira, Sanemi Shinazugawa, Stone Hashira, Gyome Himejima. My goodness, these names. Yeah, they're so long. The Sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui, Mist Hashira, Muichiro Tokito, and Insect Hashira, Shinobu Kocho.
Oof.
Oh, yeah, then there's Rengoku. Flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku.
I think at first glance, just from a design perspective, I liked the Love Hashira because she just stood out so much with her pink hair and yellow greenish tips.
Mm-hmm.
Her personality really wasn't anything aside from just getting random crushes on everybody. So that was whatever.
He's so cool. He's so cool.
Oh my gosh. And the Sound Hashira, the one who was always saying everything was fabulous, I think.
He's the one who was crying all the time.
No, that's the Stone.
Oh, sound one. Yeah.
He's like, I will decapitate you fabulously.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are fun little quirks. I imagine like at the end, the Insect Hashira was the one we got the most characterization with.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from like a strictly design perspective, I liked the Love Hashira. I just thought her design was fun.
I like with the Hashiras, everyone had like their own thing, and that's what I don't want to say what I enjoyed, but everyone had like their own little quirky thing. But Shinobu would probably be my favorite. Like I don't know why, but it's just her design is pog. I hate insects, but you know, I'll vibe for her. I'll vibe with her. You know what I'm saying?
I liked the Mist Hashira Tokito. I felt targeted a little bit, but also he was endearing. He's just like, I don't know.
Felt targeted.
What was the shape of that cloud again? I don't know. Whatever. I guess I don't care. Like when they put it to a vote to whether or not to accept Nezuko and Tanjiro, he's like, it doesn't really matter one way or another to me, so I guess I'm okay with it. He's my favorite. I want to see more. I want more from him.
He was the one who threw the stones, right?
Yes, he's the one who flicked the stone at...
Okay.
The only time he cares is when someone isn't listening to...
The master.
Listening to Master speak. It's Master's turn to speak.
Yeah. I love it. Rengoku's kind of a dick. Like, rewatching it... Rengoku is such a dick in this show. What the fuck? I'm shocked at how much of an asshole some of these Hashira were.
He just seems sort of matter of fact. Like he never quite showed emotion, like maybe eagerness, but they would, the master character was saying, you all have to accept that we are taking care of Nezuko. And he's just like, Master, I cannot accept that.
He's just always smiling.
We can't be housing demons here. I completely disagree with you. But I don't know.
We must kill them. Him and her. They both must die.
We must decapitate them at once.
At least like the Wind Hashira is wild and crazy, and like the Serpent Hashira is like him and the Wind guy are just chilling. They're like bros, I guess.
Yeah.
It kind of seems.
But I think he was more like a sly snake.
Yeah.
So he was like sitting back and waiting for opportunities.
He did get Tanjiro in a wicked headlock.
Was he in a headlock, or
liked
he was just elbowed in? But I don't.
Was he elbowed down? Oh, you're right.
I liked Shinobu's family.
Yeah.
The little sidebar about the girl flipping the coin.
That was really cute.
That was so cute. Yeah, she was like, at some point in my life, I heard something snap, and then I wasn't sad anymore.
Yeah. So sad, dude.
And her eyes just go blank, and she stops caring, and she can't decide anything.
It kills me. So
sad.
sad.
Like, and I'm trying to decide, like, that time that she was watching Tanjiro train and she flips the coin, was she deciding whether or not to talk to him?
Yep.
Yes.
Like the other time?
Yep.
And that time it didn't land for her to talk to him.
I do. There's one moment I had to rewatch because I was like, why that direction choice for the coin thing after you kind of get Kanao's backstory and she tells him about the coin after they talk, and he's like, all right, well, it's because the voice in your heart's so tiny. We'll flip the coin and see if you'll listen to your heart. And, he flips it and it comes up heads, the one that would make so she listens to her heart. And she's like, how did you do that? How did you make it so that happened? And he's like, cheated. I was just gonna keep flipping it until it came up heads, and then there was like a fucking like dramatic zoom into Kanao's face, and it was like wind and butterflies and flower petals are going, and I'm like, what is what's with that choice?
That is the most profound thing I've ever heard in my life. You would have kept flipping it.
Dang!
Wow,
what a revelation!
Whoa!
Now kiss.
Like How did you do that? There was only a 50-50 chance. How did you know?
You didn't. It seemed too dramatic.
He's like, dang it, I flipped it too high.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Uh-oh, it's caught in the wind. Wait a sec. That was so drawn out, and I agree. Yeah, it was such a crazy scene.
Just a little melodramatic there, a little melodrama just thrown in at the end there, just like, because it's like the last thing you get. It's the last scene before they are like, all right, we're at the train station now.
Yeah,
it's time for the preamble to the movie.
After like all these epic scenes, that was the season finale. Was Tanjiro flipping a coin?
That's my other issue with this series, is that the pacing at the end was so fucking weird. Like, I get that you have a climax and then there's like declining action or descending action to like chill, but there's like 5 episodes of declining action where they're just like, I guess we're training. Like the 5 episode training arc at the end of the season is a bit much.
I did not enjoy it very much. like the cup thing was fun. I really liked any time that Tanjiro was in a scene. I feel like that's a kind of indicator, is just if Tanjiro's in the scene, generally he at least balances it out enough. If it's just one of the other goofy characters, it's never good. But
yeah,
like the part where they're sitting in bed and just going, oh man, I'm just medicine is so gross. And I'm so
Tanjiro!
tired.
Inosuke!
Tanjiro! I'm so lonely without you. Why are you bettering yourself instead of laying in bed with us?
Tanjiro!
It's like I don't enjoy these characters
I
being
want
themselves.
so much.
I want
really
these
do.
characters to be somebody else right now. I don't know. Like, and who was it? Was it Shinobu that kind of figured out the way to motivate them?
Yes, I did
Yeah.
like that. I
That
like
was funny.
that a lot.
That was kind of dumb.
I loved it because
I it was fun, but I didn't like that. I mean, just Zenitsu's is just dumb.
he's like, she's like, we can hold hands more if you go training or whatever it was that she did
Listen,
for him.
I'll be motivated. Let me hold your hand.
I like.
Jeez.
I just felt like Shark rolled his eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get over it. Like
I like the Inosuke fucking like, well, I guess if you're not strong enough to do it, it's okay. But yeah, no, the Zenitsu stuff is tough it's a tough bridge to cross.
But at least he's trying. Like, you know what I mean? Now he's training. When before with his grandfather, he was just like, I don't want to hurt you, Grandpa. Like, at least now he's actually training.
he wasn't saying he didn't want her grandpa. He didn't want to die. He was like, your training's gonna kill me, Grandpa. And Grandpa's response was, not at this level, no.
I like when he was getting bopped in the head repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's like, do you know how a sword is made? You hit it 1,000,000 times until it is pure. You hit it to get rid of impurities, which I don't think is the way that works. I've watched enough Forged in Fire.
Yeah.
To know. It's not how that works. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, the filler stuff was way a little bit too much Zenitsu going crazy. I want to like him. I really do.
I really hope that the movie in second season he gets some redeeming qualities.
Yeah. He just hijacks any scene that he's in. He feels like a little kid that is not getting enough attention. So as soon as you're talking to your other friend, they're suddenly screaming about any random thing just so that you look back in their direction.
100%.
It was exhausting, honestly. I just wanted him to shut
the
up.
attention-starved cousin at the family reunion.
Yeah.
He's technically the main character now.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like if this guy were at a party, I would be on the other side of the room because he'd be constantly making loud noises and harassing all the women and probably getting way too drunk or something.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
He's not somebody I could ever in a million years see myself getting along with in regular everyday. Just even talking to him. Like I wouldn't even want to talk to this guy for 2 seconds. You know?
100%.
Like stub his toe and start screaming about dying or something. Like I just don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, having seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is development. Things happen. I mean, otherwise there wouldn't be a movie, but it's real good. I'm a fan.
And they sat on the train for at least an hour and a half. We trimmed the fat a little bit. It was like a 10-hour train ride, but we fit it into an hour and a half just for you guys.
Oh boy, I'm not gonna ruin anything. It's. I'll let you guys speculate about what you want to see happen in the movie, or what you would like to see happen in the movie and on the train. Because you're shown Rengoku is there.
Yeah.
Because Rengoku's already on the train at the end of the last episode, but
I want a heist. I just
shit.
Oh my god, call back.
I just want a heist.
Bakano, demon version.
Yeah.
You give me a train, you gotta heist it, okay? And then the train is going out of control. Oh no, we're going way too fast. We're gonna oh geez. And there's a herd of cows on the tracks. So he's got to use his sword to cut up all the cows into perfectly sized steaks, prepackaged by 1 pound apiece, so that you can sell them reliably at the supermarket.
And then a field of geese, ducks with over fattened livers have appeared, and he cuts out the livers perfectly and purees it into foie gras to go along with.
Oh, geez, it's a moral conundrum.
Oh, jeez.
We're about to run into 10 people, but if I pull this lever, it'll be 1 person. But then will I be responsible?
Oh no! Dang. One of those things is not far off from what happens in the movie.
Oh shit!
I'm sure.
It's the cows.
I won't tell you which one.
It has to be the cows.
My little secret.
I don't know. Just like when they're on a train, I want them to make use of the train.
Exactly.
And I don't want it to just be set dressing. I want them to be fighting out the windows and on the roof and trying not to fall off and trying to, push all the enemies off and that fun train stuff. And I want to see them, maybe order some room service, enjoy a little bit of noodles.
You're gonna like the movie Shark.
Great. So, what year does it feel like this takes place in? Because they have trains.
It feels like almost like 1950, maybe it's either like pre-world, but they have electricity, so it's like post 1900.
I was so confused of where this even took place.
I think it's I think it's a bit of a weird anomaly parallel.
Yeah, it feels like feudal Japan, but with electricity. So
there's some towns that are just like feudal Japan, and then you just like, let's go to the big city. Then everyone has electricity. Like, what the frick is happening right now?
Yeah,
it's Michael Jackson.
And there's no guns.
Yeah, and there's no
guns.
Yeah, it's not like Rurouni Kenshin, where swords are outlawed and there's a man with a minigun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't even have muskets or anything.
Yeah.
Just
it's
all melee weapons.
You guys got anything else? I think I've said my piece about everything that I want to talk about.
I think I am also good.
I just want more character development with in the movie and in the next season. That's what I want to see. It's all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else I'll probably like.
Cool.
I hope that the constrictions of the timing of a movie. Do you know how long is a movie? An hour and a half?
It's 2 hours.
2 hours. 2 hours.
I mean, that's good for an anime size movie.
Yeah. But I'm just hoping that the fact that for a movie you have to compress it into a nice package is going to help with the pacing issues, and I really just hope that they focus on what is actually good. Mm-hmm. I really hope there isn't like an extended Zenitsu freaks out and cries a lot and sits in a corner muttering about dying. Like, I'm hoping there's minimal amounts of that.
But Tanjiro!
It blows my mind how hard they go at it. Like, they think it's funny. I don't know.
They think it's funny, but it's not.
They so truly believe they have struck comedy gold with Zenitsu. Like,
I'm gonna send you guys the dub parts of Zenitsu,
please.
And you will see just how hard this motherfucker, the voice actor for Zenitsu, like, let me look him up real quick. Like, I just need to shout him out because it is so crazy. Like, VA English. And he didn't really have a whole lot of big roles until Zenitsu. Voice Zenitsu. Alex Lee. He did like 3 things before he did Zenitsu, and since then he's gotten a lot more roles, obviously. But like, damn, he goes so fucking hard. It is. I don't know how the man still has vocal cords. hearing some of the line deliveries he gave. Like those must have been rough days in the studio.
Take a few cough drops.
Yeah, for real. He goes so fucking hard. Tanjiro's voice actor is okay, but Alex Lee, he's as much as I hate Zenitsu, I can respect the voice acting.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get down into the numbers. Dirty
God,
down in
the
dirty numbers.
Again.
Dig into them. Is it first let's do like, would you recommend this to a new anime fan? Like if someone had not seen anime before, would you be like, hey, yo, watch this?
I think so. I mean, it's not like how where like Dragon's Maid it's not too crazy like that. So, and it's a good mesh of like comedy in a sense and fighting. So I mean, I don't know. For me, this is like a typical anime that I would watch. So I would recommend it.
I think for myself, I wouldn't not recommend it. It's the best I'm gonna go.
If it came, what you're saying, I know what you're saying. You're saying if it came up that they were watching a different anime, you'd say, "Oh, you watch anime, you might like Demon Slayer," depending on the anime that they were watching.
Okay.
Yeah,
sense.
like I'm not going to stress that you're gonna love this anime, but I would more say you're not going to dislike it. I don't know. It didn't totally click for me. I have fun talking about the characters and the world and the stories, but in the process of watching it, it really kind of felt like a slog for me, not gonna lie. So the arcs, all the early arcs are just right, and I think honestly the spider arc got a little bit bloated towards the end, personally, and the training arc was too long, or not the training arc, the recovery arc was too long. Well, it was training too, I guess, but I don't know, the pacing and the bumpy, what's the word I'm looking for? Just the
Tonal
roller
shifts?
coaster moods of, the tonal shifts, the constant tonal shifting between sad crying chibis making tons of noise to, I have decapitated this humble family. The father was hoping he would get, ahead at his job tomorrow. Nope. I killed all of him and his children, and it's great. Like just the tone. I don't know. Crazy high gore followed by loud chibis. I can't get over that. I don't know.
I get it.
So I mean, I didn't dislike it.
That's good.
But I didn't love it either.
Let's go straight into numbers. Shark, give me your numbers. We just kind of walk through kind of your general thoughts.
So depending on if you pulled me away at specific points while I was watching, I thought to myself as I was getting into the spider arc, I started thinking to myself, okay, what rating am I thinking I'm going to give this? And that went anywheres between 6 and 7.5, honestly. I think I'm selling on 7. Maybe even 6.5. You know what? I think I might say 6.5 and people might hate that, but personally it didn't do it for me.
It's above a 5. 5 is for the record, 5 is average. Above a 5 means we enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Below 5 means didn't like it.
Yeah, like it had redeemable qualities for sure. I really loved when it got serious, but man, it was just such a thorn in the side every time they thought they were being funny by having the characters be loud. And I don't know. I would love to see an edit where they remove all of that.
The no Zenitsu cuts.
Yeah, and just see how it affects the tone.
You'd be out of the anime completely.
Yeah, it would probably cut the time in half, for some of those later episodes.
Oh, no.
But yeah, 6.5.
I think like there are still some people still think that loud equals funny, and sometimes that's not really the case.
All right, I'll go next. I may be more of a shonen bro than I realized. I just also like to cry at anime. Honestly, even with Zenitsu in it, I loved it. The emotional, well, there was enough emotion in it. There was enough Promised Neverland and like, you know, family is important, you know, kind of like themes and stuff in it. Like, no lie, during episode 19, after that episode ended, like, he cuts Rui's head off and it cuts to the credits and it's just still playing that song. I was like tearing up. Like, I had to sit there and watch the whole credits and like tearing up the whole time because I was like, damn, oh, it feels so like, I don't know. It just hit me right in the feels, right in the family feels. And moments like that are like a 10 for me. Zenitsu is like a 2. But I enjoy the moments, like the larger narrative moments, a lot more than the like I dislike the character stuff that sucks, even though the character stuff does suck and it sucks real hard. I think I'm probably gonna end up giving it like a 9. I love the emotional stuff, like when he cuts the boulder, and like I got emotional when he killed the hand demon that murdered all of Urokodaki's disciples too. Like that was another moment when I got like emotional, and it was another like family kind of moment. Like the whole theme for this season is like family is like, if you have a strong family, you can get through anything, kind of a thing, as long as your family is the right people, is the you know, the later arc. But I don't know, I enjoyed that. Those arcs and those feels carried me through the like way too long recuperation and training arcs, to the point where I feel like they probably could have been shortened by maybe an episode or two, but I didn't get sick of them until they were almost done and they were kind of already building to the next thing. So I could forgive it, I think, personally.
I definitely agree with you that there were many individual episodes that were like fantastic 10 out of 10s, but
hey, no, I get
the overall package just doesn't mesh for me, because it's just such a slurry of conflicting stuff.
100%. I get it. I respect your opinion.
110%.
Well, I can't wait for, I can't wait for the episode.
I understand and treasure all of you.
I can't wait for the episode where like two of us give an anime like an 8 and the other one gives it like a 3. Like, I'm looking forward. I can't wait.
There's gonna be a time.
It'll happen. I can't wait for it to happen, but it'll happen. Like,
we just keep watching these bangers.
I know, we do keep watching bangers that are falling above a 5. Hero, what are your thoughts?
It's this had almost like a checkoff list of an anime that I would watch. Like, it was just the intro slaps, the visuals slapped. Like, it just, the feels, I've never felt so bad for like the bad guys before in my life. I've never cried when, you know, the good guy finally like wins. It's just like, I was on such a roller coaster. It's just, man. And then like how you said too with the that one episode with the going through the different slide shots at the end, I was just like, man, oh God, it's so good. this like how you said, I mean, I'm a shonen boy. I mean, I don't know what I like these kind of animes. I mean, I honestly, I would give it, stick by what you say. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10. That's not, I would give it a 9 just because of Zenitsu, but like, if he was a little toned down, this would have been perfect for me.
Yeah, if he in that last arc was like a normal ass human being, didn't like lose his mind when Tanjiro and Inosuke came back and are like racked from training, and he sees, oh, it's just girls you're training with? You get to spend time with girls?
I want him to be my favorite character. I really do. I like him. I like his move. I everything. Like, I love the way he looks as a character. Mm-hmm. It's just like, it screamed like protagonist to me, and I wanted to like him so much. Hopefully in the movie or even in season 2 that he, I don't want to say grows up, but I mean, I don't know. Like I could look past like a little bit of like him wanting to like be with girls all the time and stuff because I'm used to it from the older animes I've watched, but it's just, I don't know, man. The whole whiny stuff all the time is insane.
Yeah, he desperately needs development.
Yes.
Like he is the same throughout the whole first season at least, and desperately needs character development.
I like how it always circles back to this boy.
Yeah,
he is such
started talking about him and to talk about him.
Puns aside, he's literally a lightning rod for like discussion. It's just God.
I gotta say though, the shonen moments where Tanjiro's just like digging deep and just through his grit, overcoming things. I've been
Oh my God.
I've been watching it while running on an elliptical, and when those moments would start up, I would like, I would get a song like go, ah!
Get going, get that extra juice.
Yes. It was a good motivator for sure.
That's good stuff. I'm looking forward. Next week we're gonna do next episode we're gonna do the movie. I'm excited. I can't wait to talk to you guys about the movie.
I'm very excited, to be honest.
So I've been biting my tongue for the last like half of this podcast.
Well, let's get on this train. It's headed to the movies.
We're getting on the train for the next episode. Let's go!
Is that the guardian spirit of this land? I'm gonna fight it!
I'm scared of this train.
I'm scared of this train. It makes steamy noises.
I have been Shark Wellington.
I'm Muppet.
I'm Hero 19X.
Choo choo.